Hi, I'm Lisa, the artist behind Lachri Fine Art. It is Tuesday, so I'm here to critique one of your original paintings or drawings. If you have an original painting or drawing that you would like to submit for critique, head over to my website, lachri.com/critiques. That link is below in the video description, and you can submit your work there. That is the only place that I accept submissions for these videos. Today's critique comes from an artist who wishes to remain anonymous. She has painted this in acrylics. This was her first time painting realistic pets. These dogs look so good. The nose on the lab especially. That part I think is which seems like a weird thing to have your favorite part be the nose, but you really did such a good job here. The color on the nose as well, you really captured that. I see a lot of people paint chocolate labs and they'll make the noses just black or gray, which is wrong for the breed, and you did a really good job paying attention to that sort of detail here. Your drawings are extremely accurate, which is really important in making sure that your end result is realistic, so good job there. Looking at a few things we can adjust to improve on this even more. First, I imported this into Photoshop. I laid your reference photo on top of your painting, line them up as good as I possibly could get them. Usually when I line them up like this, I focus on the eye of the main subject. Then I outlined the photo with red, dropped that out, and now we're able to see where things might not be drawn quite right. Most of this is really, really close. The ear on the one dog's a little off. There's a few minor things, but nothing that is that big of a deal. The only thing drawing-wise that I would adjust is on the lab. His eye, he has like this little eyebrow that should overlap the other dog, and it doesn't. It just kind of smoothed out. So by adding that in, that will make a big difference in just making sure that the drawing is very, very accurate. And it also makes it more easy to tell which dog is in the front. Before, they are just kind of barely touching, and I think it makes a lot more sense with making sure that that line is in there. The next thing, I did not actually adjust in Photoshop at all, but I would hype up the contrast a bit on the black and tan dog. Here, he just needs a lot more shading under his chest. Some of the other colors with the browns and the darks definitely could be painted in so they are a bit more rich. Adding that will add a lot more dimension to the piece, but your shadows are in the right location. So if you were to just glaze a bit more color over some of the darker areas, that would make a big difference. Like just taking brown will bring out the richness in that dog's coat. My last tip for this one is on the background. The fluorescent green that you have here is really pulling attention away from the dogs and to that background. When I look at this, that is the first thing I notice is that green background. And being that you are going for realism, that is not a very natural color, so I would avoid the fluorescent colors unless it's a situation where the owner or the person who's hired you to paint this really, really wants fluorescent green. But even then, I would do more of a solid color instead of the mottled look here because it really is pulling attention away from the dogs. The other thing is that you've got a whole lot of space above the dog's head. So just as far as balance goes, if you were to trim off some of the top and remove that green background, look what happens when I just make the background white. The dogs look so much more realistic against a white background. Another option would be to take some of those brown and soft tan colors from the dogs themselves and just mute them, make them a little bit softer, and use that for the background. But you can see what a difference doing that, cropping the photo a little bit, suddenly your piece looks super, super realistic versus medium realistic with the green background. Medium realistic, these are technical terms. I'm here to help. But you did a great job on this piece. You should be really proud of yourself. Beautiful work here. Thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, I have new video critiques every Tuesday where I'm critiquing your original paintings or drawings, my own speed paintings, drawings, and tutorials every Wednesday, social media tips for artists each Thursday, and artist vlogs every weekend. So if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Google+. All of those social media sites are linked below in the video description where you can keep up with news, my newest work, and see real-time clips of whatever it is I'm currently working on. I'll see you guys tomorrow.